I'm curious what if one partner is sitting with a desire to possibly explore like, and I know it's like hot monogamy, but maybe one kind of followed the path of traditional monogamy or religious frameworks or pressure to fit into like a certain standard, but yet they maybe want to explore like bringing someone into their dynamic or opening up in that capacity. Does that fit within this framework, or what would you suggest to someone that's sitting with that kind of desire that they're just maybe a little bit crunchy or, shame even or scared to express?
Well, there's lots of things I would say.
Okay. Okay.
Many, many things. One of the first things is like, while like my work is really focused on hot monogamy, and that's kind of
Mm-hmm.
like my personal passion, by no means do I think this is like the right framework for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like the number one thing I think is about making choice that is best for you and
Mm-hmm.
your relationship, and realizing that even in that choice, there could be times where you might have a different choice, right? I've tried polyamory twice in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Both times I led to the same conclusion. Like I'm like, this is not the style for
Right.
me. And but it was, for me, it was helpful to go through that, to actually explore the good, the bad,
Mhm.
the challenge, the rewards, the benefits, the strengths, to land where I have. And I think for couples, like the biggest thing is, and it's back to the why, right? Because sometimes if one person is wanting something different than the other, there can be something to be said around like, okay, well, sometimes people do want different relationships, styles, and that's an important thing to actually probably sit down with a therapist with.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
a lot of times, if we get back to like, why, what is the underlying root? Is it that
Mm.
we just, we want more friendships? I've actually met people
Mm.
that have gone
Mhm.
poly just because of that. That doesn't have to mean sex,
Yeah.
It could be that we want more novelty, that we're bored,
Mm.
40,
Mm.
some surveys have said that 40% of long-term couples are bored. Like,
Oh, yeah.
that's
I
a
mean, I feel
lot.
like, yeah, and I think you can bring in novelty in many different ways. I mean,
Yes.
like, I've got an active imagination. You're really only limited by your imagination
Right.
in some aspects.
Right.
And it doesn't have to include necessarily another person to that dynamic.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if people are like, wow, I can kind of wanting different things than my partner, we're not trying to do this. It's a fun way to go through, and you do the checklist, your partner does the checklist. You see what yeses you have in common. You see what no's you have in common.
I'm Kristen Birdwell, and this is Sex, Drugs, and Soul.